on the KEMAMAN by-election, what can we draw from that? Bear in mind, KEMAMAN is in Terengganu. Terengganu memang 100% PAS punya state pun. So in other words, the green wave, that whole state is soaked in green wave. Of course, there are some supporters of kerajaan, tapi within each seat, majority overwhelmingly support PAS. Jadi, kena understand what is Terengganu. Now, for KEMAMAN, bila ada by-election, PM send a message to all to show that they support the current status quo and therefore give a win to BN for KEMAMAN. Tapi what did the voters do? Voters gave even a bigger margin of winning, landslide win, to PAS. This is despite our PM pandering to the Malays. Sampai even surat nak hantar kat government pun, kalau hantar dalam bahasa lain daripada bahasa Malaysia, tendang keluar. Despite having shouting about defending Islam, Gaza, all the things, doing for the Malays, to show that he's even more Malay than Mahathir. Because to get Malay support, well knowing that he doesn't have enough Malay support. Now, we understand that even PM, all the menteri, semua are politicians. They need to play politics in order to stay relevant and be in the game so that they can continue to lead the country. That we understand. Tapi bila when you over-pander, you start doing things that's not fair, you start doing things that, Malay punya unreasonable request and unreasonable punya sensitivity pun you try to appease, you don't put your foot down. In other words, Malay just say jump and you ask how high. When you do that, you think you are appeasing that race, tapi you tak tahu. Melayu start looking at you as in like you are something that can be manipulated. Now, you do all this, tapi you try to accommodate Malay punya benda. Tapi what does the opposition do yang supposedly represent the Malays? They play up real issues. They play up issue harga makanan, harga barang, ekonomi, mata wang, the fundamentals which you may not be focusing on enough, which may not be resolvable in the immediate term, may take a few years for you to resolve it. Jadi, rather than focus on pandering towards the Malay, look at where it got you. Kat mana? At the end of the day, what were the issues played up by the opposition to make sure they win? They play up the real issues and plaguing the nation and plaguing the Malays. That is more compelling. Jadi, bila orang marah, Melayu marah konon, Coldplay punya konsert, tapi kat Kelantan, siam punya konsert, perempuan pakai setengah baju perut pun expose, pakai miniskirt. Yang tu, orang Kelantan pun attend, tak ada isu pun kan. Tak ada bising banyak pun kan. So therefore, those are not real issues yang you respond, you overreact to. Faham tak? So therefore, pursuant to my plea to PM, to do the right things and now to be a leader, focus now. Don't bother about these by-elections, Melayu support ke tak, ke trying to gauge. What you want, what gauge you want? How you expect even Malays or Malaysians to evaluate you? What have you achieved over 1 year? Teruk lagi. So therefore you got balance 4 years. So rather than at every point of time trying to measure and to see whether, am I pandering enough to the Malays or not? Yes or no? Which to me is utter silly. Now why don't you focus now at to putting the country back in order? Why don't you start reshuffling your cabinet, getting competent people, getting technocrats to become ministers rather than getting half-past six punya MPs who doesn't even know their job, and start doing and recycling MP ni semua. Shuffle ni pusing-pusing ni apa saja. That is nonsense. Why don't you get people who are competent, leaders with visions? You get that. You don't bother about Malay punya support, Malay likes you ke, non-Malays tak suka ke. Non-Malays are also irritated, because because of what you're doing. You put the country right, don't look into the mirror all the time, work, get your hands dirty, Lepas tu, 1 year before the elections, then you can test and see, there's something for people to evaluate you, something people to appraise you for, what you've achieved, what you've accomplished. That is what's going to sell. Your accomplishment and what you do to change the country to a better nation, that is what people will revere, and that's how people will prefer and make you popular in elections. Not the extent to which you pander to certain quarters of the voters. Bukan. I tak mau again lah. I tak mau lah bunyi macam nak mengajak PM. Tapi bila benda tak betul and all the signs that's coming are telltale signs, tak mau dengar ke? Tak mau consider ke? Voices of reason. Consider, if you keep on trying doing the same thing over and over again and it doesn't work, repeating the same thing, itu definition of insanity tau. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different outcome. No. Tukar. Be a leader now for the next 3 years at least. Put the country back into order. Semua benda yang orang tak puas hati apa. So it's not about pandering to religious sensitivities dengan racial sensitivity. No, that should be secondary. Primary are the fundamentals of the country. Hope this is taken with constructively, because kalau tak dengar juga, tak apalah, tunggulah, buatlah berapa election pun, and you will continue, being upset, shocked by the outcome of the elections, and fearing an outcome that is imminent, that is going to happen. We will end up having PAS as Prime Minister lepas ni. Tak tahulah, kalau eventually tak tahu siapa jadi walaun.
So, if you have any interesting ideas that can help build a better Malaysia, please put them in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. The subscription is free. You don't have to pay money. And we don't, YouTube doesn't give us your information. So there's no list of subscribers. I just know the number of subscribers, but no information about who the subscribers are. And we are not monetized, so there's no advertisements. When you click on our videos, you straight away watch our videos. You don't have to see annoying ads. Anyway, now please subscribe if you haven't done so, and please share our videos far and wide. Terima kasih. Wassalam.
anything in this video resonated with you, be sure to like it, share it with your friends, leave a comment, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.